So talking about East Dallas and connecting it back into the downtown, the urban core, what do you think's the big idea, the most important big idea to make that happen?
Well, I guess my quick response to that might have been a popular notion to tear down 345. And I think that would help, but I think that would help immensely. But I think, when you think about...
Is that even possible?
Yeah, sure,
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
It could happen.
Yeah. When you look at we just look at basically what it is it's a mechanism to get people through Dallas,
Not to come
into Dallas.
Yeah.
And and this has been talked about, but to get people from Houston to Oklahoma City, or people from South Dallas to North Dallas to their jobs. You've heard all that. But it could be, if you make that a destination, and it's been talked about that, it's got about the same acreages as West Village, and you think about the economic impact that could have in the number of jobs that could be created right there. So I still think that's it, but I think that's the response to a bigger issue, which is understanding connectivity. Because you could make that same argument going from the convention center over to the Cedars. I went to Heritage Park for this little workshop we had about a month ago.
Isn't it awesome?
And I found myself on St. Paul Street.
Yeah.
And you think, that was St. Paul used to just run straight. And you look at a map, and there it is. St. Paul stops, freeway, and it picks up again. And so it doesn't necessarily have to be tearing down the freeway. I think that would be a great idea. But I think it's better to think about what mechanism can you use to connect the schism that's been created through the years. The deck park in Uptown shows that, and with the foresight to drop Woodall and, connect those cities. You think about those parts of the cities, you think about when they dropped 75, 15 years ago. It was dropped a long time ago, but then when they redid it and made that more thoughtful, that sinking of 75, and you think about Mockingbird and all the streets from SMU into downtown that go over 75. Yeah. 75 is not elevated, it's below, and park cities are now connected to East Dallas. Right. You think of that area around the Knox-Henderson. Knox-Henderson just flows now, so the thing could be depressed. The thing could be eliminated. The thing could be brought onto a grade where it's a boulevard. So I think it's not so much of tearing down 345, but understanding what would it take to reconnect the damage that was done in the 50s, 60s, and 70s.
That something along those same lines, the two bridges connecting to West Dallas. There were bridges there prior, but making them art has just made that connection so much better. And I feel like really has connected West Dallas.
But so you're in just the development end of things and the thinking through things and the what could be. I'm in the business of helping you realize that vision, but you're upstream from when we come on board a lot of times. So I remember when the bond election was happening, and I lose track of time, but 20 years ago to put money aside for those signature bridges. And I got into arguments with people, friends of mine, that thought that was a waste of money. And my position then was, it had to do with the art, that, something that you're proud of, but also this idea that, if you make a thoughtful connection to something else, there's unintended consequences.
Exactly.
You just don't know.
And we've been blessed with a lot of really talented, bright people that come up what I call the power of the big idea. And I don't know exactly who came up with the idea. I know Gail Thomas, who's just a saint and brilliant and loved the city. I know she was around that at that time, but to say, no, let's not just do a bridge, let's make it art. And I think it's had a profound impact on West Dallas and connecting. And then, of course, with the Trinity River, park, the next big step, I think we'll look back as those have been watershed events connecting that part of the city with the urban core. So.